Just wanted to make a few points to stand up for the actually very strong environmental record of Canadian oil and gas. And I'm a little surprised. I was glad to hear Mr. Moffat, stand up somewhat for some of these things, but I'm a little surprised that such a senior official at Natural Resources Canada didn't have the same figures at her fingertips. But here are some of the ones that I've come across. And among the top 20 producers, Canada ranks fourth on the environment, as BMO Capital Markets indicated. And if the rest of the world followed Canada's flaring standards, total GHG emissions from every barrel produced would drop by 23%. GHG intensity in Canada has already dropped by about 24% from 2012 to 2020. And Canadian oil and gas leads the world in environmental, social, and governance. The top 10 oil exporters in the world are all lower than us. We're ranked number one on many different indexes, including Democracy Index 2020, Global Peace Index 2020, Social Progress Index 2020, Rule of Law Index 2020, Corruption's Perception Index 2020, Women Peace Security Index 2019-2020, Green Future Index 2021, Global Press Freedom Index 2020, Environmental Performance Index 2020, Sustainable Development Index 2020. And between 2000 and 2018, the emission intensity of Canada's oil and gas operations decreased by 36% due to technological and efficiency improvements, fewer venting emissions, and reductions in the percentage of bitumen being upgraded to synthetic crude oil. The emissions intensity of the oil sands is projected to improve another 16 to 23% by 2030. And Alberta, accounting for about 80% of Canada's oil production, is one of the few global oil jurisdictions with mandatory disclosures, regulated emissions protocols, and carbon taxes on excess GHG. So we have a proud record. I wanted to highlight that because it's very important to note for this study. Thank you.
Dr. Seidman.